in my opinion, for us to revive this country, first we must have integrity. Integrity means, Dennis, that I'm not going to do this, not because my boss is looking, but because it is not right to do it. I tell my workers here, okay, that you keep on saying politicians are thieves. You say so and so politician is doing this and that, which is not right. And yet you're supposed to take care of my animals, but you are on Facebook. Unapiga story on Facebook.
Saa ya kazi.
Saa ya kazi. Aren't you stealing from me?
So you're not any different from the politician that you're accusing?
From the politician that we are accusing.
You are the same.
So
you have no right to complain.
Thieves.
Absolutely. Well, a very, very warm welcome to the Goldmine Show. We are absolutely excited just to bring this show to you in the voices of many, many, many things. We want to remind you that we have chosen to become the voice of reason, bringing conversations that are progressive, conversations that continue to build us and indeed make us a better people and a better nation. Want to encourage you to follow us on the Goldmine Show on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as on Instagram, and let's continue to build a great community that believes in our collective greatness as we build our greater nation. I'm absolutely excited about our guest today. I have looked forward to this conversation, and I can guarantee you will love it, my friend. We bring you legends, and we have a legend on the show today, a man that probably needs no introduction, a man that has impacted us, has guided us. In fact, I call him the voice of the fathers of this nation, guiding us forward and indeed giving us great counsel. It is my joy to introduce none other. I'm very excited about this one. Uncle Fred Obachi Machoka.
End of story.
End of story.
Okay.
Or beginning of story.
That introduction, man.
Yeah.
You know, someone would think you are introducing Muhammad Ali.
My friend, I'm introducing a legend.
Dennis.
So good to have you on the show. Asante. And thank you for hosting us, man.
The pleasure is mine.
And for the record, we are so glad that the legend has hosted us right at the Fred's Ranch. I'm inviting you to just come to a serene place, a lovely nyama. Lovely everything, man. So good. And actually the food is actually grown from here as well.
Yes, it is. It is. We grow food.
Yep.
Our own food. We thank God.
Right.
We thank God.
Right.
We have the privilege to grow our own food.
Correct.
And then share it with you.
Right.
And so at least when you eating mboga,
yep.
You know that it is coming from here.
Right.
And we can vouch for it is
qualities, controls.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Karibu sana. Nice to have you.
And thank you so much really for being on the Goldmine Show. I have looked forward to this, Uncle Fred.
I hope we shall get some gold.
We shall. And let me just start it here, man. You have been one man that has been consistent at what you do, consistent about the values you hold up, consistent about impacting this nation. And I'm just curious, man. I mean, what has driven this consistency, and we'll eventually go to how do we even build it in the first place?
I think life is about choices.
Right.
You make choices, and consistency is one of those choices you make.
Right.
And it can be consistency in mediocrity.
Right.
It can be consistency in doing something good. It can be consistency in many ways.
Right.
Mine is consistency in making people happy.
Right.
Entertaining people.
Right.
Giving them music.
Right.
African music without apology.
Right.
And in between, as I give people music. I also get to talk to them about a few societal issues that
Correct.
touch on me, you,
Right.
and posterity.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. The questions of what we inherited and what we shall even be passing on
Yes.
to other people.
Yeah, because we inherited a great nation.
Right.
Of course, it had its own negatives, but the negatives were fewer
Right.
than the positives.
Correct.
Okay.
So the aggregate was a positive nation.
Yes.
Right.
At least tulikuwa na ka C plus. Yes. If you were the one with the marking scheme, you could have easily given us a C plus.
Right.
So we could have qualified to go to university.
To the next grade.
Yes. But I am not so sure we can say the same today.
Yeah.
So that is the story that I think we need to look at,
Right.
and do self-appraisal.
Correct.
And see whether we will bequeath a better country to posterity
Right.
than we found.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a critical question, and we'll be coming down to it. You've been passionate and consistent around particularly entertaining people.
Yes.
One of those things that you've roga and
Yes,
everything,
yes,
man,
yes, yes.
African music.
Yes.
How do you identify that sport that you say, yes, here is my area of passion?
First, my thinking is that whoever came up with the idea of radio,
Right.
or TV for that matter,
Right.
had a reason for coming up with that thing.
Right.
And that thing was invented, in my opinion, to bring people together,
Correct.
to make people relax after heavy work, after toiling in the shamba, driving a matatu,
Right.
whatever it is that you
Long day
do.
of work.
Long day of work.
Right.
You come back home. Allow me to just give you one line
Yep.
that sort of sums up what I do.
Go ahead.
It is almost commercial in nature,
Right.
but forgive me.
Right. Go ahead.
There is a line which was meant for beer, long time.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's a tagline
Right.
for Tusker.
Right.
He said, baada ya kazi,
Aha.
burudika,
Kabisa.
ukiwa na Tusker.
Right.
Now, I am not telling you to do that,
Right.
but that is a line that I thought was well thought of.
Right.
That after work,
Right.
hawakusema badala ya kazi,
Ni baada.
baada ya kazi.
Not badala.
No. You
It's a good
understand?
distinction, man.
There is,
It's a good distinction.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
people drink instead of
Saa zingine ni
going to
badala ya
work.
kazi. Right.
So Tusker's tagline was properly thought
Baada.
out,
Right.
that after work
Yep.
you relax with
Right.
it.
Right.
Now, I want to believe that whoever came up with the concept of radio or TV
Right.
understood fully that after work people needed to sit back, relax,
Unwind.
and enjoy good music.
Right. Right.
Now, and listen to radio.
Correct.
Or watch TV.
Right.
So, what is this that is good? It has to be pleasant to the ear. It has to be soothing to the
To the soul.
soul.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And the mind.
Right.
So I try very much to look when I'm selecting music,
Yep.
to see that the music, the melody is good, the singing, the instruments are well arranged,
Right.
and where that doesn't exist as much, listen to the lyrics to see that the lyrics are also helping the mind to relax.
Correct. Correct.
So when I listen to a song called Uvivu ni Mbaya by Maroon Commandos,
Yep.
that sings ni wakati watoto kuamuka kwenda
Vivu
shule.
adui mkubwa.
Uvivu ni adui mkubwa
Yep.
kwa ujenzi wa taifa. Yeah.
Kwani hizo
You understand?
yes.
Uvivu ni adui mkubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa. Yeah. Watoto waamuke waende shule. Yeah. Wazazi waamuke waende shambani.
Kabisa.
You know, that song.
And they even told us, jiepushe na uvivu.
Yeah.
Tujenge
Taifa.
Aha.
You know, there is a message right there.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that message is telling you not to just sit there like a zombie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Make use of yourself.
Wake up and
If
do
you're a
something.
young boy,
Yep.
a young girl,
Yep.
wake up,
Right.
go to school.
Correct.
It's going to be good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
After school,
Yep.
you're going to find, you know, a job to do.
Ha. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you are already past school, wake up, go to work,
Absolutely.
build the nation.
Build the nation, absolutely.
Yeah? And so you can dance along.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was beautifully done music. It spoke to the different seasons of life.
Yes.
To the student, your call.
Yes.
Amuka, nenda shule.
Nenda shule.
Go and work hard.
Yeah.
To the
It
guy
is
who,
good for you.
It's good for you.
Yes.
That's how you build your future.
Correct.
To the guy who's already done with school,
Yeah.
nenda fanya kazi.
Correct. That
the
is how
farmer,
that
go
is
to
how you build your family.
And your livelihood and etc. Correct.
So you got to take time to select a good song.
Right.
Because now
Yep.
that song passes the message over to society.
Correct.
And then you build a country.
Absolutely.
So music, when you listen to that song, you'll sit there with your mama.
Right.
You'll sit there with your dad.
Right.
You'll sit there with your children, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, and you'll listen to radio.
Good for family.
Fast forward to 2021. Enter Gengeton. Okay. It's good for you, for many people.
Yeah.
I don't want to comment about it.
Yeah.
But give me the Gengeton,
Yep.
the message
Yeah.
to the family that is in Gengeton. I don't know. If it is there, good. If it isn't there, kindly think about it.
Right.
That is all I'm saying.
Right.
So that therein lies the consistency that you're talking about.
Right.
That song of Vivu Mbaya
Yep.
is as fresh today as it was in 1981
Right.
when it was released.
Right.
So, and it will be relevant again in the year 2090.
Absolutely.
Because going to work, going to school is going to be there long after we have become
Absolutely.
Mbolea.
Right.
When we are totally
Gone, transition.
gone.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
you know?
Right.
That song is going to be relevant.
Wow.
That is consistency
Wow.
right there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So as a DJ, when you're selecting music to play, you take into account those things. And that 40, 50 years, 100 years, when again we've become fertilizer.
Posthumous.
You understand?
Fertilizer.
Yes.
Yep.
People who are like my grandchildren here, you saw.
I just saw them, yeah.
They probably will be around.
Right.
And their generation will be around. And they'll
Absolutely.
say, Babu used to play that song.
Right.
So you live long beyond your life. Yeah. Bob Marley sang One Love. You know, and all the reggae people are still singing it
Right.
today.
Let's get together.
Let's get together
Right.
and feel all right.
There we go.
Yeah. Basic, simple things. Musa nimevumilia sana kupigwa pigwa kama mimi punda. Now, you understand?
Absolutely.
Those things have a message. That's what I do. And if the musicians have taken time, written the correct lyrics, and the music is there for playing, so why do I find it so difficult as a DJ in just picking
In
it
their music
and playing it for you?
Right. Because if it met some threshold, you would have no difficulty to do that.
No.
You would even be happy to pass that message.
Yes, so simple.
And you see, today you must be having the artists who say, my songs are not played. Why am I? What's happening?
I talked to a certain DJ the other day, not a DJ,
Right.
A musician,
Right.
a young musician, a young rumba musician. And he was telling me, I want you to play my song. I said, send it.
Let me listen to it.
Let me listen to it. If
Right.
it's good, I'm going to play it.
Right.
If it is not good, I'm not going to play it.
Absolutely.
Then he sent me a text and he was saying how he's frustrated, he's looking for money. And I said, Sister, how does you're looking for money and what we're talking about, how do they converge?
Yeah.
I said, you see, because I want my song to be played. I said, I've just told you, send me the song. All right?
Right.
Let me listen to it.
Yeah.
He said, but other DJs, they are asking for money. And I said, so when you give them money, does that make the song good?
No.
I have told you,
Send
I will play your music. If it's good,
will
fine.
play.
If it is bad, it doesn't matter how much money you're going to give me. I won't play it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, my listener doesn't know how much money I got. They are listening to the music because it is good.
Right.
So if you pay me to play your song, then what does SK Macharia do? Because he has paid me to be the DJ
Right.
on Roga Roga.
Roga.
I got a salary.
Right.
So why are you paying me?
You don't need. But maybe
Yeah.
that young man also is expressing something that is happening within society. The mindset that says, if I don't have a way of maybe meandering your means of what you do, then I have no chance.
But you see what? That guy may be right that some people are asking for money. I don't.
Right.
I've been in the industry for donkey years and
Right.
I don't get paid to play music.
Right.
I play music. Anybody who has paid me money, paid, so that I play their song, can raise their hands.
Right.
And Kenyans are there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't take money to play people's music. Having said that,
Yep.
you can give all the DJs money so that they play your song.
Right.
It's not going to get it. It's not going to make that song good.
If it is bad, no
So
matter how much
it
you
can
pay,
be played a million times.
Right.
People are not going to buy it
Right.
because they hear it.
Yep.
They're going to buy it because it soothes their
Right.
their souls.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So come up with a good song.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That's what I tell artists.
And that must be the challenge you pass to all of us.
Yes. Let the music be good.
Right.
Yeah.
Putting in too much money doesn't make it any different.
No.
You don't
It's
sanitize
useless.
it that way.
No.
Yeah.
Get a good song.
Right.
DJs will look for a good song.
Right.
I can tell you.
Yes.
Yeah. I played a song which I had I actually pinched from someone in his car. He was playing it and I said, that's a good song. Okay?
Right.
He said, I'll make you a copy because I didn't know who
has
the
done it?
artist was. That time there was no YouTube and what have you.
Right.
So I played that song for several months, thinking that song was from Uganda.
Right.
Later on, I came to discover it is actually a song from Tanzania, Saida Karoli.
Right.
If you have heard of
Right.
that music.
Right.
The song called Maria Salome.
Uh-huh.
It came and I found someone playing and I picked it. I said I must play it on my Roga Roga radio
And at that
show.
point in time,
Yeah.
it didn't matter who has sung
No.
it, you just bought what song
I
it
said
was.
this one, my
a good
listeners
song.
must listen to
Right,
this.
right.
It's a good song. Yeah.
Effectively, good things will sell.
Yeah. And you don't have to know who is going to buy. If it is good, it's going to sell.
So really, the message I'm hearing from you, Uncle, is this. If I can invest in producing good products, the market will eventually respond to it.
It has no choice.
It has to
It has
respond
no
to
choice. Yeah.
So the guy I should be working on the most is myself on the quality of the product.
Correct.
That I'm actually working on.
Correct. When people come to Fred's Ranch,
Right.
it doesn't have major buildings, you
Right.
know, the kind of big hotels, Kama Serena, Intercontinental,
Right.
you know, sorry to name
Yeah.
these.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They come and sit under a tree and they love it because they are looking for serenity. They are looking for something that is closer to nature.
Right.
And they find it here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they talk about it, and someone else talks about it, and they keep on coming through referrals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we treat them nice, and they keep coming. So I just believe that once you got a good thing,
Yep.
people are going to go for it.
And maybe this is where we get it wrong, because
Yes.
I think then the core is working on my product.
Yes.
Invest time there.
People keep on going to Zanzibar for holidays. People keep on going to Lamu. What is in Lamu? For a long time, there was only one Land Rover. Yadio. There were no vehicles.
Right.
And in Lamu, actually, there are no vehicles.
Right.
People ride on donkey.
Yes.
On donkey.
To this day.
To this very
this day. Right.
But you will hear people planning.
To go there.
5 years, I will be going to Lamu
Right.
in the year 2030.
Right.
And they save money to go to Lamu.
Right.
To be in touch with nature. People,
And it has just been
yeah,
kept.
yeah.
That nature has just been preserved.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So a good thing will persuade people to buy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You earlier on talked about we inherited a country that would have passed for a C+ back then.
Yes.
I don't know what the current rating, in your view, as a society, as a people, as a community, as families, eventually would be. And what do you think we have managed to preserve? And probably what do you think we probably need to revisit and rework better?
Wow. I don't want to give a grading because you give a grading after. You see, in inheritance, you inherit something after people have left. Or when people bequeath that to you.
To you, right.
So in terms of inheritance, I can say I can give marks to those we inherited from.
Right.
Now it is our children who have to mark us.
Correct. What
and
we are
say
passing to them.
What we are passing to them.
Right.
It is them to give us the grade.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm just worried that the grade might not be as good. Kenyans are very hardworking people. I love Kenyans. I've been privileged to go to about 37 countries in Africa.
Wow.
Visit. And I've been to a few other countries outside Africa. I've been to US. I've been to Europe.
Yep.
I've been to Middle East. I've been to Israel. I've been to a few places.
Throughout the world.
And I have been in a position to compare and contrast.
Right.
And I can say Kenyans are some of the most hardworking people.
Right.
Individually, they can compete with any nationality.
Right.
But as a collective entity, as a community, I think we have failed discreditably. There are things that we should not be struggling about today. We should not be struggling with accessing medicine. I think it's a sad, sad story that in this day, almost 60 years into independence, we are still finding Kenyans who can't access medicine. We are finding Kenyans who can't access food and even education. That is sad. Sad because we are selfish. I've asked myself, Dennis.
Yes.
Why a governor will spend $500 million, that is 500 million, to go and be your governor and earn 1 million shillings a month, which means 12 million
a year, for a term of 5 years,
which means 60 million in 5 years. But he is ready to spend $500 million or 600 million even to get that job. Na anazunguka. And these guys actually know that nikipatia Machoka hii pesa atanipigia kura. That is sick. It is only a sick society that does that. And we must stop that. And that's what is killing us. That is what's making, integrity. Integrity is everything. In life, integrity, P&L, profit and loss, is a good ingredient in any business. You want to be in business, but you want to know that if I do this, I'll make a profit. If I do this, I'll make a loss. So I have to balance my books. But there are things you can do today and immediately balance your books. Okay?
Right.
I can kill you and take all the money from your pocket and I will be rich.
All the money will be yours.
All the money will be mine.
Right.
The only risk I will have taken is ile ya kukuua. And for everything that we do, we can either get immediate profit,
right,
or immediate loss,
right,
or we can get long-term profit,
right, at a price today.
At a price today.
Right.
So we have to look at certain things and say, this, I don't think we need to go into.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is it that every single member of parliament is deemed to be rich? Where are they getting their money from? And we know their salaries. Every governor is supposed to have money that they are giving to people. Yeah? If you were a governor today, I will be talking, hey, Dennis, tumemaliza interview. Sasa ni aje? Yeah. Nione nyuma ya tent.
Mpale nyuma ya tent.
And that is it. We are assuming that every member of parliament, there are members of parliament that come to Fred's Ranch. Governors come to Fred's Ranch. And I tell them, Skiza, you can have a drink. I also can afford to buy you a drink. Because I only gonna mshahara. You understand?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't expect kwamba hao tu ndio wako na pesa all the time. Unless they are stealing. Yeah. And the more you keep on asking for free money from people, the more they are going to have to steal to give it to you.
Because you're placing a burden on that side. That should not even be there.
So even us are making our political elite corrupt. Because every time we are asking money from these people. Yeah. Kwani anatoa wapi? So mtu anasema, okay, ile CDF tachukua a few millions, nigawie watu, after all they will elect me again.
Itarudi tu.
Yeah. And the net effect of that is the bridges kama hizo ambazo umesikia zikibeba watu, they are never done. Because the money that was meant to do those bridges imekuja kwa mazishi ya mamako. Unapata kwamba these politicians are spending a lot of money trying to make us happy. And we keep on asking for money from them even when we really don't need that money. Because, Dennis, you have come here to Fred's Ranch today.
Right.
And we didn't have any appointment. Nimekukuta tu. And all of a sudden I want money from you.
How? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And it should not work.
Why should you give it to me?
Right.
It's not impulsive that I'm looking for money. If I really needed money, ningekuja kwako.
Tutatafutana.
Ningekutafuta.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unapigia unasema
Lakini unanipata tu alafu
and I expect.
Alafu vijana wananiambia, "Ai, Machoka, wewe unajua tunakujua wewe umeomoka bwana. Tuachie kitu." Sasa mimi nauliza nikuachie. Why?
and there's an entitlement around it as well.
And that is getting into even people now who are in media kama mimi. Mshahara yetu kwa sababu tunaonekana kwa radio, watu wanafikiri sisi pia ni kama magavana.
No. Kitambo.
We are on a pay.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
And we have to work for it.
Right.
Sasa alafu nichukue mshahara wangu sasa kwa sababu nimekupata hapo ukitembea alafu unasema Machoka nipe kitu. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It doesn't like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. So we also have bad manners in the process.
Mbaya. You need to respect other people's hard work.
Right.
Yeah. When you have a problem genuinely, ukiwa na shida.
Let's talk.
Ukiwa na shida kabisa, let's talk.
Yeah.
Lakini sio eti ukiona mtu nipatie kitu. No. That's bad culture.
And it's becoming rampant now. I think it is catching up.
It is not good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mwambie, sikiza bwana. Mimi nimekuja hapa nataka kufieka hii nyasi. Nyasi hii si hapa kuna kamba. Wacha nifieke hapa nyasi unipatie kitu. Now that makes sense.
Right. I offer a service.
Yeah,
right.
Offer service.
Right.
And if I have extra money, I'll pay for it.
Correct.
Yeah. But don't come and be asking kila mtu, kuna baridi sana. So what? Unafikiri wewe pekee ndio unasikia baridi?
Wako tu ndio kuna baridi kwa. But Uncle Fredman, are we also building this culture that says I can get it quickly? It is easy to get it.
Yes.
I don't need to work as hard to get it.
Yes.
Is that beginning to crop up?
People are starting to think that you become popular by giving people money. Yeah. Eti wale niliwaona nikawaachia kitu waimba jina langu the entire night. So you think you have done something. Umepata watu kwa bar ukawapatia kitu wameimba jina lako, so
sasa nasikia niko mimi ndio
sasa wewe ndio
msee.
And then sema nilipata wale vijana pale nikapata wanauza kuku, nimewaachia kuku wengine 5 ili watage mayai so that they can grow. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Nimepata akina mama pale wanalima, nimeenda mpaka duka nikawaletea ile pump ya kupiga dawa ama fertilizer nikawaachia. That makes sense because what you have done, you have improved their level of productivity.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. You know, Uncle Fred, I think, and I still go back to the C+. There is a culture that was bequeathed to us then.
Yes.
And maybe back in those days, they took pride in the fact that then I have built over time.
Yes.
We have seen it from here and brick by brick, we've continued to lay. I wonder whether we still have that culture today.
That culture. Let me tell you,
yes.
When I grew up, nikiwa kijana mdogo in the 60s, the government had what was called GMR, guaranteed minimum returns for farmers.
Guaranteed minimum returns.
Yes.
Okay.
So if a farmer was a maize farmer,
right,
they were given by KFA, Kenya Farmers Association, and cereals, a certain price that they could sell their maize at.
Right.
So when you grow your maize, you are supposed to, when you harvest, you're supposed to sell a gunia, a bag of maize at, let's say, 600 shillings.
Right.
Or 200 shillings, whatever it was.
And the government guarantees that price.
The government guarantees that.
Right.
They give you the option to sell that maize anywhere else at a profit or give away if you choose. But should you be stuck with it, the government is going to take it from you at a certain price.
And that price is guaranteed.
That price is guaranteed. So the farmer planted maize knowing nitauza kwa serikali at this amount.
Every bag will go for this.
Yes.
If I find better, I can sell
If
to
I
someone
find
else.
better, I'll sell to somebody
But
else.
on a minimum worst case scenario, hii nitapata.
Hii nitapata.
Right.
So you budget.
Right.
That P&L we talking about.
Right. Right.
Fast forward to 2021. Farmers in Uasin Gishu, in Kitale, all these areas, you know, Njoro, Molo, are farming, not knowing where to sell their maize.
But the guaranteed minimum price, was that also for, was it only for cereals?
Milk,
or was it
milk, you had to take to KCC.
So it was also guaranteed?
Yes.
Coffee
you
farmers?
knew Coffee Farmers, Coffee Board of Kenya was there and the KPCU, and they also guaranteed farmers, you plant your coffee, you know exactly where it's going to go for what amount, and the tea.
So all you needed to determine is how many bags. I know how much a bag is going to cost.
Yes.
So if I want X amount, this is the number of bags I'm working for.
Yes. And that budget was easy. All right? Why do we have a problem with farmers today? The government is not even talking about farmers. In fact, the nearest people have come to talking about anything they think is farmers is this thing they are talking about, Mama Mboga or sijui nini. Mama Mboga is not even a farmer. Mama Mboga is not a farmer, my
Because
friend.
she did.
Mama Mboga is a broker.
She's a middle person.
That is a middle person.
Fix it from the
Vile
farmer.
Dennis, today you can decide, I'm going to be a Baba Mboga.
Right.
You come to Fred Machoka, unaingia kwa shamba,
Nachukua yako,
unachukua yako,
natafutia soko.
unatafutia soko.
Right.
You don't even have to have money. You need to know where the market
demand
is
side of things
and where, yes.
and where the supply is.
Sasa unasema unatafuta mayai, nitakuletea.
Right.
Yeah, utanipa pesa ngapi? Unajua mayai hayapatikani siku hizi. There are no eggs these days. The eggs are coming from Turkey.
Tanzania,
You understand?
yeah.
And Tanzania.
Right.
So unapiga hiyo bei, anasema kama nitajaribu, if I really manage, utanipa 700 a tray.
Sasa hiyo nakufinyilia
Unasikia?
hiyo.
Nakufinya kabisa.
Yeah.
Finally,
Yep.
ukisema 650 nakwambia umenifinya sana, lakini wacha
Ni sawa tu.
nitakuletea.
Right.
You come to Machoka.
Right.
Mzee, uko na eggs? Unauzaje? 350. Oh, 350 boss. 350. You're joking. There are eggs everywhere. Eggs have come from South Africa, China even. Tanzania has flooded the market. Oh, mayai at was maybe 200. Yani nikikusaidia sana, then maybe 200. Ananiambia, but you know, it takes 300 to produce these eggs.
Right.
So I can't sell at 200. It's all right. If
You
you can't
use your eggs.
So I'm seated here, and I know eggs are perishable. 2 days later, I can't sell. You come back, I call you. Please, nipatie zile 200. Just
Let me
take.
minimize my losses.
Yeah. Your damage control. So I sell to you at 200. You are selling at 650. You making
450 in between.
450 in between, and you don't own a single chicken.
I've never even reared a chicken anywhere.
No, and you don't need to.
I don't even know what the cost of a chicken is.
That's right.
Or what they feed
Yes.
on. Or I don't care.
So what happens? The net effect, me, I stop rearing chicken because
It's no longer profitable.
it's no longer profitable.
You're not even
I am
breaking
the
even.
farmer.
Right.
Now I'm not going to rear chicken. All right? You remain with brokers. And that's why Kenya has become a broker country.
It's middlemen.
Because the farmer is being discarded. And nobody talks about the farmer. When you're a farmer, you suffer. Sometimes you grow onions and you think, oh, I'm going to grow onions. They have to be big and nice. Ukipeleka sokoni, you realize the people at the market, they don't want onions that are that big. They want the small ones. So you are stuck with onions when you had a bumper harvest thinking you are now the richest man.
When you're just about to celebrate,
Yes.
then the market tells you that's not the kind of
That's not
onion
the-
we wanted.
So the farmer is always the most disadvantaged person. And the government needs to look at the farmer, but the government must be made to look at that farmer.
And Uncle Fred, you're speaking this as a farmer.
Yes.
This is experience
Yes.
speaking here now.
Yes, yes. I have dairy cows here. To feed a cow has to have about 25 kgs of feed every day. That 25 kgs must have grass in it, must have some silage in it, must have some dairy meal in it, must have some, a lot of water. All that and salts and all those things you're buying cash. And then you have to get someone who takes care of those animals, and you have to pay that person. And then you have now to look for the market. And you know what? That market is perishable because milk cannot last more than 12 hours unless you're putting it in a cooler. A cooler is going to cost you $500,000
Further
shillings.
investment.
You don't have that kind of money. Yeah. So even to do value addition is a struggle. To grow the grass in an arid area like here in Isinya, you need drip irrigation. Drip irrigation means you have to sink a borehole. A borehole, you have to do like 200 meters down. Okay? You then have to have a pump to pump that water. You have to pay electricity to pump that water. You have to have storage tanks for that water. Then you have to have now drip irrigation systems. The drip irrigation systems are attracting VAT. For a government that claims that agriculture is the spine of the economy, when they charge VAT on drip irrigation, they are doing lip service. And so the farmer is yet to be addressed in this country. And you know what the most worrying thing? If farmers stopped farming for 1 month, everybody here will suffer. So we are in a difficult situation as society. People need to put their mouth
Where the money is.
where the money is. And the money is in farming. Money is in industries. Today, if you only said, we don't want mitumba, people will kill you. Why? Because mitumba industry, if you call it an industry, is having about 500,000 workers. You know what wenye kuuza mitumba in Kenya. But I come from a background where there was no mitumba. When I was growing up, in the 60s and 70s, there was no mitumba. All clothes you wore were new. Okay? And there were no plastics. Thank God we banned
the plastics, yes.
But there were no mitumbas. If you wanted shoes, Bata. And the Bata was a factory in Limuru. It's still there. It is still there, but not as vibrant as it was.
Right.
Textile, there was Nanyuki, Mountex.
Kikomi.
There was Kikomi, Kisumu Cotton Mills. There was Raymond Blankets. There was Rivertex.
In Eldoret.
In Eldoret.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And we had industries everywhere.
And they were thriving.
And they were thriving.
Thika was an industrial town.
Thika was an industrial town. Lest we forget, because we need to remind ourselves.
Absolutely.
Thika is,
major industry.
You know, all sacks, gunias, were made in Thika. East African bag and cordage, that is what they called them.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
They were, we supplied all bags to East Africa from Thika.
And therefore jobs were retained here.
KTM, Kenya Tex Mills, was in Thika.
Right.
All right?
I remember that, yes.
And so virtually every town, Ramisi Sugar Factory in Coast, you understand? The Saiso in Vipingo and elsewhere.
Right.
Every area in this country had an industry.
Correct.
And these industries had thousands of people
Working in there.
working in there. You should just go to Kitengela and know what an industry can do. People working at export processing zones where all the best, those jeans,
The jeans are
you could
produced-
have bought them from America,
Right.
but they are made in
Locally
Kitengela,
right here.
sent to America and sold to us, idiots.
And we buy.
And we buy at a
At a premium.
At a premium. You understand? They are made in Kitengela. At the EPZ, shoes, all these things, they're made here, but they can't be sold here because of the treaty. So they are taken out, then sold back to us. But there are over 20,000 workers at the EPZ,
Right.
Kitengela.
Right.
What kind of economy is that? Huge. So imagine if we revived Rivertex, KTM, Mountex, Kikomi,
Rivertex.
yeah, all this, and the sugar factories and the coffee factories and what have you, made our own, coffee. There is no better coffee than Kenyan coffee. There is no better tea than Kenyan tea. In fact, it is used worldwide to blend other flat
Globally.
teas.
Right.
But these are things we don't touch on.
Yet you can imagine the employment it creates.
And then we don't have jobs for our graduates. Each university is churning out several thousands of university graduates doing nothing, carrying degrees in their pockets.
With nowhere to apply. Two questions for me. So where did the rains beat us? And two, what must we do to go back there?
In my opinion, for us to revive this country, first we must have integrity. Integrity means, Dennis, that I'm not going to do this, not because my boss is looking, but because it is not right to do it. I tell my workers here, okay, that you keep on saying politicians are thieves. You say so and so politician is doing this and that, which is not right. And yet you're supposed to take care of my animals, but you are on Facebook. Unapiga story on Facebook.
Saa ya kazi.
Saa ya kazi. Aren't you stealing from me?
So you're not any different from
You're
the
not
politician that you're
different
accusing.
from the politician that we are accusing.
You are the same.
Kabisa,
So you have no
we are
right
both
even to complain.
thieves.
Absolutely.
So if you have been given a job, do that job to your best.
Not because someone is supervising you.
No.
Because
but
innately.
Because you are supervising yourself.
You call yourself to a higher standard.
Yeah. Every morning you wake up, at whatever time you wake up,
Yep.
before you go to sleep, analyze, what have you done to build this country?
For this day called today.
This day called
What did you
today,
achieve today?
Kama leo, I should ask myself at the end of the day, have I done anything to add value? If it was my day off, of course I don't have to do anything.
Yep.
But if it is a day that I'm supposed to generate something,
I must hold myself to account.
then I must hold myself to account. So, integrity. We must have people of integrity. Your mother takes care of you, not because mtu amemsimamia. Mama ako na mtoto ameweka kwa matiti, ananyonya,
Kabisa.
na bado anatengeza chondo, she's doing something. She probably is cooking while holding the kid like this. Nani amesimamia huyo
Na
mama?
hakuna supervision.
There is no supervision.
It is driven, self-driven.
Correct. So let's drive ourselves to be productive. 1, 2, honesty, and that is still integrity.
Right.
So let's deal with that. 3, let's be patient. A good thing doesn't drop in abracadabra.
Right.
Let's be patient. If you plant a tree, you got to weed for it,
Right.
water it,
Right.
protect it from the goats and what have you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And check on it every day. And then it starts growing and you start seeing, you know, unaweza kuweka hata mtoto hapo chini
enjoy your
apate shade.
Kabisa.
After a while, you yourself can get a shade.
Right.
After another while, even the birds start chirping.
They patch on it.
Yes, they
right.
patch on
They
it.
can grow,
And
grow something
you
from it.
enjoy the
Absolutely.
environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even the beauty of the
And the
environment
beauty of
becomes
the
different.
environment, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
So
it takes time for it,
It
to
takes
be there.
time. You got to be patient.
Right. This instant stuff it doesn't work.
Yes. 4,
Right.
let's not always think we should make people happy. If you want to make everybody happy,
Sell ice cream.
sell ice cream. Okay?
Right.
Nothing. They say no pain,
No gain.
no gain.
Right.
So it has to be hard work. It has to be painful.
Right.
Let's teach people the benefit of integrity.
Right.